from their...
Test. Is this thing on? Okay. And now, for those in attendance and those listening around the world, it is time for the O on God podcast with your host, Tovaun Osiris Anthony.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Tovaun Anthony, and welcome to another episode of the O on God podcast. Right now, I'm in Noodles and Company with a very special guest of mine, the amazing, wait a second, the connoisseur of the conception of lyricism. Let me stop. I always do dumb shit. Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, I have Osiris Green with me. How you doing, brother?
Oh man, I'm just looking at this menu and didn't know they had so many options, actually.
I normally get the same thing when I'm here. It's very strange. Like if I don't look at everything else, I'll just cop out and get the pad thai.
Yeah, I used to get probably the pesto cavatappi or something like that. And always the buttered noodles. I gotta say it like that. I'm gonna say
the buttered noodles.
Yeah, buttered noodles, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just checking it out. I haven't had Noodles and Company in almost 4 or 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a minute. But they're always good though. I don't know why I don't usually pick them. They're usually good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at the lemon parmesan and of course my usual. That's what I'm looking at.
Let's see. Probably.
Dang. Roasted garlic cream tortellini. That sounds good too.
Yeah. I think I know what I'm going to get. I'm getting the Japanese pan noodles, marinated steak.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm going to get the pesto cavatappi with grilled chicken. Like always. Yep. the usual.
All right, man. Yeah, let's get back to ordering. While we're doing that, I know what you're up to, but let's get to telling the people what you're up to. You are in the process of making a film.
Yeah. Masters of Key is the film I'm working on. It is Black martial arts, like comedy type situation.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, it's, dope fight scenes. We're gonna have some, I don't know if you call them key blasts. Yeah, like some key blasts, some fight scenes. And typically a little bit of comedy, a lot of really dope dialogue. I've been inspired by, DBZ, the original and Team 4-star version. Any type of animated comedy you can think of, a lot of those things contributed to, the inception of this. Watched a lot of Baki as well.
Of course,
yeah.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely been your thing. Thinking about it, thinking about Baki, I remember the last time I was at a show of yours, with Rec. Was that the debut of that new song?
Actually,
the Demon in the Back song?
Well, yes. Actually, I think we were supposed to put out like a YouTube clip of that song. Mm-hmm. And what happened was, I think we, things get backed up, and I think we forgot to post the YouTube clip. So I was like, I want to perform this one day. And then we were putting the set list together, and we just made a show version. And that was the first time I did it live, like ever.
Goodness me. Hey, how's it going? Can I get the Japanese pan noodles with marinated steak?
Okay.
And what would you like?
I just saw it's the pesto.
Pesto cavatappi?
Yes. What other options do you have besides chicken?
Grilled chicken, Parmesan chicken, shrimp, steak, nipples, tofu.
Parmesan chicken?
Parmesan chicken.
Let me try that. That sounds good,
Do you like a drink, people?
Thunder?
We had a fountain drink, we had an iced tea.
I'll take a fountain drink. That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, 2 fountain drinks.
Yeah.
You want to get here?
Here to go.
I'm cool.
I don't know. How are people with music in the backgrounds and stuff? I don't know. I think it's just background noise. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll be all right. For here, we'll be all right. Yeah.
Because the speakers, I don't know, maybe it might over there, it might be quieter.
Yeah. Here we go. And what was I going to say? Yeah, because we were talking about that song. Oh, by the way, for people listening, I didn't mention it before, but if you don't know, Osiris is a part of a rap group called Wreck the System.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. He is a part of a rap group called Wreck the System. Amazing hip hop group. I was about to say nerdcore group, but I don't want to limit you guys to that. You guys do way more than just talk about video games and anime.
Facts.
Especially individually as well as together. So
yeah, I mean, it is. I want to say, of course, we still kind of have splashes in it, as far as like we have game references, anime references a lot, or we have inspirations. Well, like again, like even Demon in the Back is a completely original beat where I'm just talking about Yujiro in a sense.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even have to be about him, and I could still kind of use that same beat for something else, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think we mix our sounds pretty well with nerdcore as a good foundation for like where we kind of like came together. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, man.
Nerdcore is something I really appreciate based on the creativity and how different it is from mainstream stuff.
I wonder how people are going to react to like all the sounds in the background. Like, are these motherfuckers really in a restaurant?
Oh,
like, yeah, totally.
On the go, man. And now that I have this fountain drinks in front of me, I'm like, I don't even know what I want. You know what?
Because nowadays, all these like machines, they give you so many options. It used to be like when you were a kid, you had like 4 or 5 options on a freaking machine.
I'm gonna do what I used to and just
start mixing.
Oh
yeah, man,
you already know.
This man went from Seagrams.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
A little bit of ginger ale, a little bit of high C, and then I'm gonna water it down because it's a lot of sugar.
Hey man, I feel that. Especially if you're gonna go for a run after this.
Oh yeah, I'm about to. Oh, they got AHA. Wait a minute. Bro, they got the sparkling water. I'm in there.
While he's choosing sparkling water, you gonna put sparkling water in a carbonated beverage already? All right.
Yup.
I mean, I get it though.
Put some high C. The mixing's the fun part, just like music. I always like the mixing.
Man, oh man.
There we go. Yeah. So I have, ladies and gentlemen, I have lime Seagram's ginger ale, orange high C, and a blueberry pomegranate AHA. So
What the? You know what?
it's gonna be lit.
You know what? That's what I should have done. You know, one of these days when you're back on here, we got to do a segment where I make you a drink for that.
Oh man,
Definitely.
I'm a super lightweight when it comes to drinks. Oh,
is that why you don't drink much? Let's see. The speakers are over there.
Yeah, I thought it would be lower over here, but it's louder.
Yeah.
It's like it's a live show.
We gonna get it. We gonna get it. Yeah, because they like right there.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just be a little closer to the window, you know?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Ain't no thing. It almost don't matter where we are in this joint.
Just don't follow you everywhere, dog.
It's like, dang, y'all just... Fuck it.
Yeah.
Come on. That's it right there. Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. We'll just say it's background noise. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't monetizing this episode anyway.
Oh man.
I just don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But
That's right. And also, we can do another episode of the Rec House if anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's where we control all the sound.
Oh yes. Well,
So yeah, but yeah, man, Wreck the System. We got a new album coming out. We just got the name last night, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you first person to know the name. It's called Wreck the World. Wreck the World.
Y'all gotta throw wreck in there.
Yeah, man.
Please.
We got it's such a dope word for everything. Wreck the System, Wreck Fest, Wrecking Crew, Get Riggedy Wreck. Like everything is super dope.
Dude, the concept of Wreckfest is what kind of got me into you guys.
Word.
Yeah, because okay, like I said, the concept of it, like looking at it from an attendee's perspective, right? It was just like, are they really going to do this? So that's what made me like really start listening to it, because what introduced me to you guys' music was Remy.
Yeah.
Yeah. For people that know me and see my stuff online, Remy Tyndall, y'all saw him on the other podcast, and almost anything else I do. No, he back when he and I linked up, he started, telling me about you guys, and I was like, okay, whatever. And of course, story, blah, blah, blah. Later on, we ended up at the studio, and I'm like, oh, that's the girl that punched me in the face, being Lady J.
Yeah.
And then you came in, I'm like, oh, this is another guy. Wait, oh, this is the Osiris guy that even Yusuf at the time, he was like, nah, I like him. Like, what?
Wow, yeah. Which is an honor. Shout out to Yusuf.
I'm gonna call him Fat Man because I can say it on my podcast. He don't let me call him that.
Oh man.
No, but yeah, no. You guys have an energy and a feeling live that is definitely different from most performers. Like, you guys bring not just a party aspect to the stage, but it's this weird sense of community. Like everybody's kind of in this together, even though you guys are the ringleaders, you know what I mean? So that's the main thing that like drew me into it and made me go, I'll support these guys no matter what.
Oh yeah, Wreckfest was inspired by MagFest, by the way. So the way Wreckfest came about was this is my first. It's like my second year in Record System.
Yeah.
And I had my first MagFest. My mind was blown because I had never grew up going to cons. And MagFest as an adult, it's a great con to go to. Everything's 24 hours, right? So I'm like, man, I was just like chilling, and I'm an artist, bro. So I was inspired, and I think I was inebriated, and I was just in the house one night, and I was like, we should make a concept album about the story of someone's first con. So technically, I'm like Ian's character, and then because it's my first con, and then Remy and Seth, shout out to Remy and Seth, who played the other two characters. They're both characters in themselves. So I just, we made it a whole story. It was a storyline, man. It was like a movie. One day I hope to adapt it into a movie because it's just a cool ass story. But yeah, man,
I'd like to see that.
MagFest is what inspired Wreckfest. So. Yeah.
It's cool stuff.
Listen to the songs, you'll know.
Oh yeah, no, you guys will definitely know.
You'll know.
100%, man. No, from the music to the videos you guys put together to the stage, it's all like this complete package that anyone that loves entertainment would appreciate, in my opinion. And like I said, even like individually, you guys, very spectacular. Very spectacular. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Appreciate
that.
Thank you. Do I have because maybe I'll be able to time this right and cut this in. You see, do this. Yeah. Finally got our food. I'll cut this on like a segment.
Oh yeah.
Once again, we have Osiris Green.
What a crush.
This is good. But yes, man. You a hungry motherfucker, ain't you?
Bro, this morning, yes.
Oh my God.
I've been every day. Movie. I thought I was gonna be working on movie stuff today, but reschedules. Things happen.
Yeah, look, hey, I mean, and that's the thing. Back to the movie deal. Like, this is your first time really shooting a film.
Yeah.
Like this, and all I gotta say is, I'm not gonna say nothing. Tell me, like, your feelings about it so far, like the process, learning on the go. Because before you were picking up tips, like getting on shoots with Rem to learn more about like fight scenes and stuff like that. You're not necessarily a guy that likes going into things blind, which I appreciate and admire. Because a lot of people, they'll just kind of jump in, then they give up. That was one of the things me and Remy were talking about. Like, people will get to this point and be like, so many things are either going wrong or not my way, X, Y, Z. You're like showing how you can roll with the punches, whether schedules are conflicted or, there are certain things you might have to take out, certain things you may have to add. Would you like credit that to at least a little bit, and you can expand on it more, credit it to like how it's been as far as being an engineer, like producing, like making music and stuff?
Yeah. What happens a lot, especially being an engineer in a recording studio, you work with a lot of other people's stuff. And no matter what you're doing, they pay you for something, you gotta finish it.
Here you go.
You gotta get to a solution. Something goes wrong, you lose files. Like, at some point, you have to figure out how to make it right with this person.
Yep.
And for me, I'm one of those people, when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to try my very, very best to make it happen. But at the end of the day, if it's out of my control, I can't do anything. But I'm going to feel bad if it's like, oh, this movie's not going my way, things are going longer, I quit. I'm never gonna forgive myself. Because here's the thing, every day I'm out there, whether it's super hot, whether I'm super tired, whether things are getting mixed up or someone's in a show, I'm always happy. I always go back home, bro, and I have this feeling of satisfaction about creating for the day. And it's like, man, that was fun. In the moment, I was probably like, I just wanna go home, it's so hot. But it's like, I'm glad I did that today. So it's, I don't know, man, I'm an artist. It's almost like making an album. Making a movie is oddly like making an album. It's just that I have to rely on more people to get it done.
Indeed,
but,
indeed.
I gotta finish it, man. Same way I had to finish writing it, finish doing everything. I just have to finish it. I don't know what it is.
No, it's the artist in you and the fact that, it's discipline. It's definitely discipline. It's discipline it's turned into a habit.
Yeah.
It's turned into a habit. You gotta finish it off. Like, I went through a time in life where I wasn't finishing jack shit. And then once I realized, like, in order for me to get what I want, whether it is just a satisfaction or to complete a specific task to get myself closer to a specific goal, it's like, nah, things have to be done.
Yeah.
So like, that's how I kind of developed my whole tunnel vision, like, deal when it comes to certain things. So yeah, but dude, watching you like apply what you know and learn on the go as far as shooting and directing this film, it's something else to see. It's very I could say I admire it because, man, like when I was doing like Road to Magfest and stuff, I was fumbling like a motherfucker. I'm not a good director specifically. I can write scripts, I can edit stuff all day. But as far as like directing, like I'll have so many things running through my head. I'll just be like, and start forgetting stuff. You actually take the time, even though you might have certain ideas pop in your head, you still take the time to think about what's practical in that moment. And that's what I'm seeing. That's exactly what I'm seeing when I'm there. And it's like, oh, okay, this is great. This is great. This is gonna be good. He's gonna get it done, at least.
You know what else too? I just remember I'm a problem solver, bro. I love solving problems, like whether it's engineering stuff, whether it's just movie stuff, whether it has nothing to do with it. It could be like something's wrong with the house TV. None of us can figure it out. I'm like, I'll handle this. And I'm like, I'll figure out what's wrong with the TV. But I like solving problems. And man, I was going to PG community college. Shout out to Dr. Sherelle Williams, dope TV2 1 and 2 instructor. And our final project was to make it was a short film. And I made one it was called Problem Solvers. And he was like a black Sherlock Holmes type. It was like, genius, whatever. And I wrote, and for that one, I told all my classmates or people in my group, I was like, hey, I know we're in a group, but can I please write it, direct it, star in it, and do the score? And they was like, you want to do all of that? And I was like, yes. and yeah, man, every time I get to
this boy's selfish. Let me stop. I'm fucking with you.
It's the creativity, man. I just love to create, man. And I fight for that. So, and when things aren't going well, it's like, okay, well, if we can't get this shot, she's not here, but he's here, I'll just get all his close-up shots, keep her, and then add her shots later and make it look like she's in the same scene. And that's a challenge I'm willing to do. It's no different than when rappers punch in. It's just with visuals. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Dude, no, like I remember when I was in college and ended up seeing it was a piece on how Sin City, the original Sin City was shot. And they were talking about like how there were scenes where certain actors just never were in the same room. So it's like, no, once I heard that, I'm like, okay, so certain things are possible. I definitely wasn't a filmmaker or anything back then, much less I'm not a filmmaker now, really. But at least it's like, it simplified things. So it put me in a space where I'm like, okay, the world's not going to end if everybody's not here. It's not like a play. Right. Where everybody has to be here right now and it's live. Like, that's not the case. So if you can make it work, you can make it work. Yeah, no, filmmaking, creating, especially for something that you're going to display. Yeah, it's for problem solvers, man. It really is for problem solvers. Yeah, I'll tell you that. Man, it's just, I don't know, like when it comes to the movie thing, it doesn't stop there. I think at some point, I really want to get into the animation thing. I don't want to animate. I want to do the voices and write the story. Okay. But animation, I really want to do something with that because the things you can do with animation, you can't do in real life. You can throw somebody out of a skyscraper and they can get up and walk back in the building, and then it won't cost you $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 to do that because you can just do it in one shot in a cartoon. Yeah. So I really want to, and people can die and come back to life. I mean, I guess you can do that in movies too, but it's just like the way cartoons work is it's not, you can use your imagination to be as ridiculous as you want. Yeah. So I really want to get into that and what? Stop the way you look at the face. Sorry, y'all. My man just mean mugged the radio. No, it's because the music was just this specific song. I was just like, word?
Yeah, obnoxious. but nah, man. I want to get into animation at some point, and I think I can stay there. Get into animation, movies, music. Oh, video games. That's definitely more of the scoring than the storyline, but of course, video games, yeah.
And that's one thing that I've been asked to get into that. I've been told to get into that too. Like I've done some things for a couple of games that some friends of mine are putting together. But it's definitely something I don't know. Video game music has my heart, mainly because I'm like, it's necessary when going along with a story. It really is. And depending on how a game is scored out, it can make or break certain scenes, in my opinion. It can, you know?
Oh, yeah. But like if this come on.
Yeah, like, dude, there's a reason why I'm like obsessed with Metal Gear. Like, right? And like if it wasn't for certain advisors, like that would be half my set at video game conventions, like Metal Gear, like cover tunes and stuff.
Fire.
But yeah, no, man, stuff like that. Sonic Adventure, man, that both soundtracks for both games is freaking monstrous.
I feel like Sonic has one of the best soundtracks in gaming history.
Yeah.
Just in general. Like, to this day, Sonic has one of the best gaming soundtracks.
It's crazy eclectic. It's crazy eclectic. Because it'll go from like some crazy funky tune to like a progressive rock tune that makes you just think, oh man, I'm in an anime right now, to like speed metal. And then you're just like, yo, wait a minute. And then next thing you know, it's jazz or hip hop with Knuckles. And then it's like, yo, get out of here. Sonic Adventure. Yeah. Sonic Adventure is the reason why everyone thinks Knuckles is black. Like, no, fuck it. We claim him as our own.
And the movie did that justice. So,
all right, I got something to say about. You talking about Sonic 2, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So, I'm kind of reserved on how Knuckles was portrayed, only because instead of making him a little more gangster, right? I understand the aspect of how they tried to portray him, how they tried to consolidate a lot of information. And, you know, a character like that wouldn't be the biggest people person. Right. I understand that. But Knuckles has always had like a level of gangster to him. Here, it wasn't that. He was Thor, in my opinion, you know? So I'm just like, that's what kind of got to me. But at the end of the day, I still like that he was portrayed as strong as he was. Yeah. Like, they didn't have him come in and get Donkey Kong really at any point. Yeah. Like there's always going to be like a part where a character like that is vulnerable. But as far as him just being like totally wussed, like no, that wasn't the case. I was like, please don't Vegeta this motherfucker. Which they kind of did with the whole supersonic thing, but with what they're trying to do. And sorry, these are spoilers, because I know somebody's gonna listen to this. I'm like, I didn't see it there. It's been a while, okay?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. So, but yeah, like how they did the whole supersonic thing at XYZ. I'm like, well, they kind of had to do that to set up what's coming next. So it's like I get it. So you could say Knuckles kind of got Vegeta in the end, but nah, like it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. Yeah,
I like Tails' character too.
Yeah,
he was fairly, you know.
Perfect voice actor for Tails, I'll tell you that.
I had to remember it was a kid's movie, because when they got to that dance scene, I was like, what is this? I was like, what am I watching?
I didn't know what the hell was going on.
I couldn't stand it. And that's when I think I cut it off the first day. I was like, well, I'm going to bed. And I had to pick it up again the next day. But I had to remember, man, Sonic, it is a kid's movie. And a lot of adults do get mad at some of the things that they cater to children for. But it's like, bro. And I had to tell myself that. I was like, I don't like this scene, but I'm sure some 10-year-old is cracking up.
Yeah, 100%. Because like I said, like I appreciated how they consolidated a lot of information, mainly because it is a kid's movie that is out in 2022.
2022, yep.
Most Sonic fans, like hardcore Sonic fans, we've known about Sonic, like you and I were born in the 90s.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a whole completely different deal. Yeah. These kids are new. To this. They barely know what a Sonic is. And even the ones that do, they only go back to a certain point. We got it from Sonic Underground, Sonic 2, Sonic 2 and Knuckles, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, whatever. It's a different mentality. So you just got to think about how they're going to bring all this in. And looking at it, I'm like, okay, so especially with the second movie, you know, there were elements of the Sonic Adventure games, like, and it definitely had elements of that. Man, I just really want to see how they're going to, like I said, spoiler alert, I want to see how they're really going to portray Shadow. Yeah. Because I knew they were going to announce him, and I knew it.
Yeah, Now, my thing is, they've been doing a very good job with Robotnik, though. Jim Carrey has been killing every single movie, bro. Like, I love him as Robotnik.
I heard he's retiring though.
I know.
And that sucks. That freaking sucks.
He's one of the reasons why I love movies.
He's the reason why I liked him. Like, I like Robotnik being a live action character.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Jim Carrey, ever since The Mask, I used to watch the very problematic and not aging well Ace Ventura movies, but I still watch them and laugh. But, you know, they don't age well. But yeah, man, Jim Carrey, everything he's done for me, like even Mr. Popper's Penguins that I didn't see, but it's like he can do anything. Jim Carrey can 100%, and he did 20. You see 23?
Yeah.
It was like a thriller. I just burped on the thing, by the way. It was like a thriller, like intense, not horror, but you know, it was something I've seen from him that I haven't seen before. Yeah. Which shows his range. And it was a good movie too. It wasn't like, oh, so 23 was a really good movie. So Jim Carrey is no doubt one of my favorite white people. I mean, actors.
I'm keeping that.
Yeah.
Love it. Let's see. What was I gonna say? No, just one last thing about the Sonic movie. How did you feel about like the ratio between the actual Sonic character scenes versus the human character scenes? Like there's some people that say it's too much human time, and there's other ones that are like it's too much Sonic character time. What? I'm like,
how do you think?
I'm like, there's no such thing as too much Sonic character time
in a Sonic movie.
Yeah, no, like it's like I get it. He's not gonna be freaking jumping up and down on springs every 5 seconds. Like you gotta bring a human element into it some way. Yeah. For like casuals and people like that. It just, excuse me, I just burped. They just want to see a movie. Want to go about, but I don't know. Like for me, I was like, it was a pretty decent balance, at least in my head. I don't know.
I feel like the wedding scene. First of all, I hate her sister. Her sister's mad annoying.
Yeah.
Shorty's sister. I mean, she's bad, but she was mad. They write her character to be the most annoying because the guy, you know, the main guy, he's a good guy, and she just hates his guts, which is annoying for me. And then when they got to the marriage stuff, like I was like, okay, I understand. They need a story, they need a B story to cut away to. But it got to a point where it was definitely going on for way too long. Like the go-kart scene. I was like, what is this? And then this
isn't necessary.
Yeah, I just felt like the human scenes could have had more relevance. Yeah. And that's not, you know what's funny? It was relevant to the story, but I felt like they could have used something different. I felt like they could have wrote it better. I guess the most simple basis I can bring it to, y'all could have wrote that a bit better to where it wasn't just like, okay, we're Sonic. Come on. We're Sonic at. You guys are you're doing too much.
Yeah, this is getting a little too extra right now.
I haven't seen a CGI cartoon in 4 or 5 minutes. What's happening?
That should not happen.
What is happening?
Not in a Sonic
Everything's
movie.
been real for way too long. So yeah, man, that's my opinion on it. But I kind of fast forwarded. I ain't gonna front because I watched it I kind of fast forwarded through most of the human parts. So yeah, ain't gonna lie to you.
I understand.
I was like, I'm fast forwarding through all of this BS.
I completely understand.
Because once I saw that dance battle, I was like, oh no.
That one. So here was my thing. I was watching the movie with Yusef and Anton. For y'all who don't know, Anton is a guy, he performs with me. He used to go by, shout out to Anton. He used to go by Detective Tuesday, but he doesn't go by that name anymore. Also a musician, amazing dude in the nerd scene as well. But I was with those guys and we were watching the movie, and during the dance scene, like I'm sitting here like, because I was starting to doze off, not because the movie was bad, not at all. I was literally exhausted, but I really just wanted to see the movie, especially with those two. Yeah. And then when that came up, that like my eyes just bulged, and I'm sitting there like almost in a what do you call that? A sleep paralysis state, just like I can't look at what is this? What is this? No. And I'm just like, yo, why the hell did they put this in here?
Need some time, yeah.
Hey, look.
This first movie, they had a bar fight, which I love.
Yeah.
Sonic was getting busy. Good bar fight scene for me is never gets old. Love good bar fight scenes. So much creativity.
Yeah, man. Speaking of fighting, getting back to you. You are a martial artiste.
Oh yes.
Here we go.
I am. I almost forgot. Yes.
He said, "Oh, almost forgot. Whoops."
Almost had forgotten.
You study, your main art right now studying is wushu, yes?
Yes.
There we go.
Wushu Kung Fu. Because people don't know what wushu is. I think we are more northern style we study. Southern style is a bit more, when you go to these shows and you see the exhibitions with the weapons and the choreography, it's a bit more showy. Northern is more application of martial. So, yeah, that's the one I take. The one that teaches you how to like, oh, this is how you punch. For real. So,
hey, look, when I met your Sifu, shout out Sifu Sean?
Sifu Sean, yes.
There we go, Sifu Sean, yeah. When I met him, the moment we started talking for a little bit, when you were getting ready to go into the office to set stuff up, and we were starting to talk about how, like, you know, when it comes to forms and stances, you look at the theories within those on how to apply it to specific situations. You might not be able to fight specifically in a horse stance, right? Like when he started talking to me and explaining it like that, I was like, oh, I like this guy. Oh yeah, I like this guy because I've been in some place. I was like, this is how I know 100%. This is not a McDojo. This is not a McDojo. Yeah. Also, I saw the guys that were sparring in there. I'm like, first of all, y'all got some big motherfuckers in there. Number one. Yeah. Number two, I'm like, okay. They doing work because that the dude that we met when we were leaving Seafood Dex. Yeah, you know he was utilizing the shoulder roll. Yeah, at one point. Yeah, Seafood Sean told me about shoulder. Yo, yeah, funny thing, was literally doing the Floyd.
Seafood tells me all these guys' strengths and moves. Like he's been telling me for months, and I know he's trying to set me up so when I get in there, he's like, I want you to know what you up against. There's another another Seafood named oh boy, I'm forgetting his name. Don't kick me. Okay, I'm forgetting his name. But he is a dangerous man. He's about my height, in his 50s. Saw him walking down the street. You might think you could take him. Please don't. He has the fastest and strongest sidekick I've ever seen. As I'm talking, his name is coming back, but dog, sidekick is lethal. And what he does is, I don't know if I'm gonna describe it for y'all listening. He squares up, he like stands to the side and like puts his hands on his knees, kind of like bends down and kind of just like looks and waits. And as soon as you make a move, you are on the floor. Fastest side. He's got amazing timing, man. One time we were, I was in there, my homeboys were getting the free self-defense class. And, you know, we doing self-defense and stuff. And he comes in and he's on the, you know, the Bob, the punching bag thing, the Bob body bag thing. They just call him Bob. Every time he kicked that jump, he just kept knocking it over. Every single time, he just kept knocking it over. And I swear to God, I don't know if he did this on purpose, but he would like, I'd make eye contact with him because we was having class and I just kept looking down the mat because he's kicking this thing over. And I could have swore he's like, yeah, you see it. You see it.
Dang, bro. Oh, no, they know.
Yeah, he knows, man. It's a lot of amazing fighters in there, man, which is, even one of my classmates, Blake, he like big boy, he was in there. Blake has made me a better fighter. I told you about him. He's the one that got my stamina to where it is today, where you know, the exercises we did at the park, we run up the hill, then do the steps and do it like 5. He is the reason why I started doing that, because I was like, I need to be able to keep up with this dude. So shout out to Blake for making me a better fighter, but it's a dope thing of folks, man.
Side note, Osiris and I used to work out together every so often, which we got to get back to doing, by the way. But man, this boy used to put me through some cardio that I'm just like, wow, mentally I had to make it through it. Like, no, like I'm over here acting like, yeah, I'm keeping up with you. Yeah, I got you, bruh. Yeah, we good. No, on the inside, I'm like, why is he doing this? We gotta run up a whole hill, sprint down a way, and then go up the stairs.
You was knocking them jokes out though, bro. Like
that was all mental. That was all mental. I'm like, I ain't got this no more.
Yeah, man, it's just that. But that's the like we was talking about in the car. That's why I like fighting people better than me, man. You kind of figure things out like, oh, if I'm gonna beat him, I need to work on X, Y, Z. So next time you fight, you see a difference. It's literally, you can literally see yourself getting better every time you go back.
Yes.
So yeah,
it's about progression.
Yeah. So I think we'll do another podcast after Tovaun comes to open mat on a Sunday.
Oh,
he can
Jesus
say how open mat goes. because that's gonna be fun.
So I'm gonna have to go on a training camp for that.
I'm
coming in prep.
I am training right now because I probably can't make it this month because I have 10 to 1s at Anacostia.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that in a second. But every Sunday I have to go to Anacostia or whatever. But that's when they have open mat. So I told Sifu, I was like, next month I'm in there.
Okay. And just like I told him, I'm coming with you.
Because he think I'm running. Because last time we was shooting the movie, we had a full day schedule. He's like, well, you might as well stay here and get some work in. And I was like,
and you called it. You said he was going to say it. I was like, I overheard it. I was like, oh, there it is.
I was like, man, we gotta shoot all day. But he's been saying it more and more, man. I'm just like, man, yeah. And I think I'm the only blue belt in that junk. I think I'm the lowest rank in that junk because mostly it's for brown and black belts. But I'm also I'm higher than my rank.
Yeah.
I think on paper, if you look at it, I might be red with white sash going into brown. In my opinion, of myself, that's where I think my level probably truly is.
Of course. Like, and that brings me to the question: like, how long have you been training, specifically wushu?
Damn, time has flown, man. I started, I think, on my 27th birthday. That was my present to myself. I was like, I want to take martial arts, and I don't care what nobody says. And I just went there and had a free first class was free, and I just never looked back. So it's 27, it's 28, 29, 30. Oh wow, 105 years.
Hey,
105 years.
Good stuff. Shout out to Dragon Academy. Yeah?
Dragon Academy, yes. Yes, man. Little dragons in that jump. They be winning all the little forms competitions, bruh. Little dragons be killing.
Speaking of little dragons, you teach martial arts to kids.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this right now, parents. If you have a child, when you bring your child to martial arts, I don't want you to think, unless they're excited about it, they're not gonna learn a bunch of super cool, amazing violence. Because if they're not into it, there's gonna be a lot of, hey, finish your kicks. Hey, did you do 25? Hey, you don't wanna be here? All right, fine, you don't gotta be here. And then when they see the other kids having fun, they wanna run back and say, I wanna play now. It's like, it's not playing. It's a lot of, they don't appreciate what it's really doing for them until they probably get older.
Yeah.
But I'm constantly trying to like tell them, and they'll be like, I'm tired, my arms hurt, I'm bored, my legs hurt. But at the end of the day, they do it. I'll be like, well, give me 20 push-ups anyway, and they'll do it. So, but I will say they have a hard time with the in-between workouts. When I'm like, punches, they're like, yeah, punches. I'm like, kicks. They're like, yeah, kicks. I'm like, all right. In between punches and kicks, we need to talk about X, Y, Z. And as I'm talking, their brains just float away.
Scatter. Look, man.
The kids are dope. They're really good kids. They're a lot of fun, honestly. And they're teaching me things about myself. And I know that's a cliche Disney movie coach thing to say.
But it's true.
But it's very true. They teach me a lot about myself. A shout out to my students. Y'all are fire. Listen and pay attention.
I know. It's like a special person to teach. Even more special to teach kids. I'll tell you that right now. Because I got a couple people who, like, I just got back to actually teaching other people martial arts. Even though nowadays, if someone asks me to teach them how, like, martial arts or how to fight, that's how most people come at me. First of all, I ask, what's the problem? Like, especially if you're grown and you're like, I need to learn how to fight. It's like, what's the problem? First thing I say is, why don't you just, I don't know, get concealed carry or something. Like, I'm not a big advocate for gun violence. I'm not. I want to say that right now on this podcast. But if you are afraid, I'm just saying.
And an adult.
Yeah, and an adult. It's like, come on, man. Like, what we doing this for? Like, I want to know why you want to learn how to utilize these techniques. Or, like, do you just want to exercise? We can do that, too. I can put you through some cardio, kickboxing, stuff like that. You know? But, yeah, like, teaching cats, that's always been, like, a weird thing for me because I'm just like, I can't be a teacher because I do believe there's such thing as a stupid question. Like, as a teacher, you can't let people feel that from you. That's fine. And they will feel it from me. That's the difference between me and shout out Travel Train Teach. Those guys. Yeah. You could be like, so a jab is meant to go backwards, right? You can say that, and they'll be like, no, not at all. It's supposed to go. You're supposed to do a forward motion, step your foot this way. Me, I'll be like, the fuck you talking about? Like, you know, I can't do it. I can't do it.
There have been people who I've been in class with, and Sifu will say, you know, he'd be like, all right, he'd be like, this is the move. 1, 2, 3 is how it goes. And they somehow get on 1, 6, 8, and I'm just like, bruh, like, are you? What is your major malfunction? Or the kids, man, they have a tendency to, I'll tell them to do something and they'll tell me what they want to do. I'm like, all right, y'all, this is what we gonna do. And y'all gonna do a combination of left, right, duck, cross. And they'll be like, oh, you know what I wanna do? I'm like, I don't care. Actually, it's just like you said, I have to, sometimes I'm very honest.
Yeah.
And sometimes I can't be too honest with people, especially kids. So one of my kids, he was, I went to the bathroom and he was trying to play Connect 4. One of the kids walked behind him and put him in a chokehold.
Oh, no.
I didn't teach him that, by the way. And he put him in a chokehold, and then the kid runs away. So I come back, and he leaves the table. It was a bunch of mess, and the staff at Anacostia is like, they're cleaning up after them. So I go, and I'm like, no, y'all got to clean up y'all mess. Come back. And so as I'm walking back with him, he's like, well, I want to show you the kid who choked me. And I'm like, well, clean up your mess first. So he's cleaning it up, and then he keeps stopping to come back. But like, Mr. Brian, I want to show you the kid who choked me. And I looked this kid dead in his eye and said, I don't care who choked you, clean it up.
Oh,
and then
no.
When I said that, I just saw his face, and he was like, you don't care if someone choked me? And I felt bad instantly.
Oh.
And then he said, you're mean. And then I felt bad. I was like, oh.
I would have been like, let me rephrase that, little man. I care, but let me tell you what I care about right now.
Yeah, so it's with kids, but it's just like you said, you have to have a level of, you do have to care and not be so harsh, because
Yeah.
I sometimes I've said things kind of harsh. I don't care. They be like, I'm thirsty. I'm like, you be all right.
The thing is, I look at kids like my nephews, and my nephews were already born with a level of hard in them. So it's just like, I could be a certain way. I never wanted to be like, oh, my nephews, and I never really had to be. But at the same time, I'm just like, man, if I ever had to just be like, hey, man, look, give them some words, it wouldn't be that bad. But other people's kids, I'm like, oh no.
Bro, I'm terrified dealing with other people's children, especially little girls, bro. Like, I just don't. So, as a man,
first, I damn sure ain't taking on that task.
As a man, I'm pretty sure most men listening to this podcast understand, especially as black men, and we're trying to do recreational stuff for kids. They asked me, do you want to teach a girls class? I said, yes, but I need a woman present.
There you go.
I need a woman present because there are things I can't help with. There are questions I can't answer.
Yep.
And there are things I can't show you because I don't feel comfortable because society and the way things look and opinions and stuff. And it's just like, I really would like another adult woman present so everybody in that room feels comfortable and feels safe.
Yeah.
So it's nuanced, man, with kids, which I've noticed since my time around them. But little boys, they're like, man, sit down. And with little girls, I'll be like, hey,
would you like to take a seat?
You mind sitting down? And it's not on purpose, it's just the way it is. I'm just like, hey, excuse me, like, can you sit down? Thank you so much. Little boy's like, hey man, hey, come here, take a seat.
Hey man,
right over here.
I sit your black ass on this stuff.
Hey, you know what? If they were my relatives, I would talk to them like that.
Oh man, it's crazy. But yeah, man, I get it. I mean, teaching, when you say you learn more about yourself when it comes to teaching, you can learn more about yourself. Yeah. And you learn more about applying these techniques. Yeah. Because you see it in the movement of another body. And you're like, I wonder, do I do this? And if I don't, why don't I do this? Yeah. Or why should I do this? Yeah. In specific scenarios. And man, look, it's a wonderful thing. And martial arts definitely is a powerful thing because it puts people in a state where you are meant to apply what you're learning. And it's like, if you're going to do that, there's a discipline that comes with it. And of course, motivation is a thing. Everybody likes motivation. Woo! Yeah. Here's the truth of the matter. Like, and I'll say this right here on the podcast. I haven't been a motivated motherfucker in years. Wow. I've been disciplined as hell. There we go. But that's because it's a habit now. It's literally drilled into me. So I could say I get that from my mother. And I also get it from martial arts. It's like when I'm there, it's like, okay, I can apply these lessons to life. Like, not everything has to be about violence. Like, that's not what it is all about. Exactly. Protecting yourself is one thing, but there are philosophies behind why you make specific movements, why you make certain decisions in a certain time frame. Yeah. Like, that come with this whole thing that you can apply to your daily life. Yeah. And it helps. And a lot of times, hell, a person that spars on a regular is a lot more calm From what I've, I'm not saying everybody's the calmest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
But a person that spars on the regular is a lot more calm in heated situations.
Yeah.
Whether it is an actual combat situation outside, whether it is, something's going crazy at work, something like that. They're a lot more calm in those situations when they're actively sparring or doing martial arts or doing something active in general.
Yeah.
Because they realize, okay, how much energy do I really need to put into this right now?
Yeah.
Because if you're out there and you're just blowing your load, well, now you're about to you're about to see the worst of it.
Once you get tired, it's my Sifu has a saying. He says exhaustion makes cowards. No, fatigue makes cowards of us all.
It does.
He's like, once some feet get flat,
Yeah.
and he starts breathing.
It's
heavy.
over, man.
But that's how. But also now that when you get better. And you get stamina like I have now, and then you become a predator because that's what you look for. You're like, oh, feet flat. Oh, his guard getting low. He's breathing real heavy. It's like, but I guess experienced, more seasoned fighters, still not game time for me yet.
It's because
It's
they
not
know.
game time for me yet.
It's because they know what to do in those scenarios. They're sitting here like, all right, well, I know my threshold as far as my energy. Now when I'm tired, I know it's going to take me this long to execute this technique. I know moving this way isn't going to be the same. So what can I do on the in-betweens to be able to make up for what I'm lacking right now, right?
Yeah.
That's like, with me, what I used to do mainly is like exhaust training, like big time exhaust training. Like shout out to Ron Young, travel train teach again, back when he was coaching at Beta Academy, he had a thing called Run Club before class. And we would go run through the park and certain parts of downtown before class started. And with him, his whole thing was he was just a cardio machine. Now, granted, some of that was going along with the fact that he was preparing for his first fight around the time I got there. So he was cutting off weight like the slow way. But he always implemented heavy cardio in between classes. You could be dead exhausted. He's like, grab your jump rope. Grab your jump rope. Everybody gets up. We're just going, and whatnot. But that's why, like, come test time, all the classes come together. We're testing. Ron's class, we sitting there like, that's it? Everybody else on the floor breathing, wheezing. I'm just like, yeah, but I got so used to exhaust training that by the time I got to sparring, unless I was dealing with Ron or one of the coaches, I have no problem with nobody else. I'm like, if it's one thing you're not going to do is make me tired, I'm going to run you out and then I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah, that's what I've learned. I think I'm still getting used to my technique. I will say this for the podcast too. When it comes to sparring, since COVID-19 hit, I have not sparred. Man. So I am out of practice. And I'm not going to lie. My best strategy at this point is and I'm going to give it up. My strategy is I have really great defense. I got good cardio. Strategy is watch, it's wait, it's be able to kind of, I'm going to say not withstand blows, but be able to understand how your opponent is attacking so you can cut the damage to a minimum. Yeah. And that is my focus. More so than offense, as I told you, I focus a lot on my defense and my ability to deal with someone that's on the offensive against me. Yes. So I think going back to sparring, I have to get into a rhythm as far as my offense. Now, I ain't gonna tell you how I've been training for offense. I ain't gonna give out all my secrets, but my strategy going into this is definitely, or sparring in general, is definitely gonna be defensive. And I think that's what's gonna surprise a lot of people when I get back to sparring, because yeah, man, I got some moves I ain't seen before. So, man, oh man, I got some things I've been working on. Oh, and I'm gonna say this for y'all who are want to get into it: position, and you understand like where you are on the mat or in the ring or wherever you are. I never knew how important position really affects a fight. And watching Mike Tyson will show you it's not the fact that he's just the hardest hitting, fastest. He would say, I would move and I would get into these positions where I have full rotation and a clear shot based on where he was standing, which is why some of these jumps, he's leaning low and the dude doesn't even, like, he missed. He's like this. And Mike Tyson's down here and all he got to do is what? Come straight up. And it's like, position can really make a difference in a fight. So that's another thing I'm really focusing on is my movement and position as well. Yeah. So, yeah. It's not all punches and kicks, y'all.
100%. No. You learned that, you learned that your first day sparring. Yeah. You have the greatest jab in the world. Okay. Yeah. Can you land said jab? Yeah. Because the other guy decided to move that way. Go ahead.
I've seen a guy get kicked in the face. When they teach you front kick is usually meant for someone standing in front of you. Yeah. I've only seen to a certain point, someone stand like you in front of me, and I front kick, right? I seen this dude. It was Blake. I seen Blake, and I actually stole this move. I got it from Blake. Now that I utilize it, he like stepped off and rotated. So where, let's say for podcast, imagine someone standing in front of you, and then you step, and now you're kind of to the side of them, but still kind of in front of them, and then he threw the kick up, and it's from the side. He threw a front kick from the side, which kicked them in the face from the side instead of the front. And I was like, I've never seen a front kick from the side before. So positioning makes a big
angles. You gotta utilize angles, man.
Because fighting is not linear. It's three. What is it? 360? 3D?
Yeah.
What is it?
Three-dimensional.
Three-dimensional. There we go. It's three-dimensional.
Look, it was so I have a friend, Jeff. He's not a big fan of like MMA, like at all, right? But the one thing that he appreciates from it is their use of lateral movement. There are a lot of people that are used to moving forward and backwards, right? But when you start implementing all of this, it opens up a whole new world. And that's how I deal with people taller than me. That's really how I deal with people taller than me, because most of my techniques, when I'm dealing with somebody, let's say in my weight class, right? I tend to be on the taller and longer end because I have long arms, long legs. But when I'm dealing with somebody with my body's tight, but let's say they're Remy's height, now I got a problem. Like, okay, you 6'5", and you can do to me essentially what I do to other people. How the hell am I going to get on the inside? Okay, well, it's time for me to turn certain ways. Instead of attacking with an overhand straight on, I got to turn sideways, make sure my foot is outside of your foot, and go this way. So it almost looks like a hook. Especially the way I'll throw it, it almost looks like I'm going for a hook to the body, but really I'm coming over top because of the angle, and I'll just hit guys. They're like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, but yeah, no, it's a whole strategy game. Yeah, it's fun, but god dang it has consequences.
Yeah, because I would wonder, man. I'd be sparring with this guy named Sifu Unique. He was a black belt. I would spar with when I was a yellow belt, and I would always spar with him because I wanted to learn. And I'm like, how is he hitting me with this stuff? One was I had a very my defense wasn't as tight as it is now. Yeah. But also he would get at angles, and I'm like, I wouldn't see the kicks coming. And I'm like, where is he? I'm like, how is he hitting me? And we had the helmets, which is worse. Oh, you had the helmets. So when he stepped off to the side, and I turn this way to look, I'm getting hit. I'm already getting hit.
First of all, you got a big old target on your head, and you can't see. Like that's one of the reasons why I don't really like headgear, but I understand why it's necessary. And I also understand, like, and I keep saying it, like I am gonna compete. I'm gonna enter one of those tournaments at some point. And I know, like, because of where I am, because I've never competed truly before. I've only done exhibition fights. So it's like, if I do that, then I'm going to have to wear the headgear, more than likely. And I'm like, God dang it, I hate this shit. Because with me, I'm very, like, elusive, and I like to use my peripheral vision to my advantage. With that, it's like, nope, right here. You're like, no.
I saw that when you and Dre was sparring, and head movement was on point, bro. And the thing about your head movement, when you go, because I hate going back, but when you went back, your feet were always stable. So it wasn't like you were unbalanced, just going like this. It was like your feet were very stable, and you would lean back, but you could like rotate it and kind of come back around. So I noticed that when y'all was sparring too.
Yeah, that was the main thing that Ron was telling me about, like early on. Mainly when it comes to your stance, he's like, when you find yourself fumbling anywhere during any position, just think about your base. Yeah. Just think about your base, and foot position is important. I learned that the hard way, like sparring with Dre, and he put that video up recently, man, funny boy. I was like, oh man, please don't show the thing when you knock my head. Like I literally hit the, I was like, oh no, but he didn't. He got me a couple times, but it did show me like moving in a way where like I wasn't getting hit so much, and even like he put a caption saying crafty motherfucker or something like that. I was like, yeah, whoop-de-doo, because that's all I can do in that moment. I'm like, all I know is defense right now. Because it's like I can barely hit him. He's not that hittable. He's not that hittable, but he's also like shorter dude, has a very thick base. So I'm like, if I kick him, he's going to eat it, and he's going to hit me right down the middle. Yeah, that is a bad idea.
Dre is solid, and this is why I tell people about short niggas when it fights, bro. I know, and this is why I like being short, that low center of gravity, especially if you're
Y'all
strong.
motherfuckers are scary.
And I'm going to say this for any person, martial arts, whether you want to get like faster, whether you just want to get stronger, whether you want to become a better fighter, horse stance. If you do wushu or kung fu, horse stance. The steep, the super deep, like sitting horse stance. And if I'm telling you, yo, when I started doing horse stance like all the time, the power in your legs is it's ridiculous, man. Like it's such a simple thing, and what a lot of people don't know. Years ago, back when martial arts was still exclusive to just China, before they started teaching foreigners and stuff. Yeah. Before a teacher would take you, they would a master would make a possible disciple before he would teach you anything else. He would say you have to hold horse stance for like it was something stupid. It was like an hour. It was something just. That's not even like to this day. I don't even know if you have time.
Are we supposed to do this?
Yeah, so it's like you have to think like horse stance is not easy, and you can do it anywhere. I do it watching TV. I do it like I can literally do horse stance at any time of the day. I can do it right now. Y'all wouldn't even know I'm doing it. But I just say that to say like you could literally watch your favorite episode and just try to horse stance for the majority of whatever you're watching, and that's a workout for the day, bro.
No, it is.
It's foundational to my art, because if, like you said, you're stability, you solid down there, you good, bro. I wouldn't recommend fighting anybody who could do horse stance for 5 minutes straight.
Look, man, and the thing about being, and this is why, like in some positions, like I do like the idea of me being the shorter person, mainly because if I get on the inside, a lot of people with long arms can't fight close. They can't. Not saying all, because you will run into some motherfuckers. Oh yeah, but especially them up knee dudes, like they'll get you. Yeah. But yeah, no, like it's a good thing as long as you understand position and you know how fast you are and in certain angles, man. You're in a good place. There's one thing I want to that's what I'm looking up. That's why I'm on my phone right now. Yeah. Like, because if we had the video going on right now, people would be like, man, Tovaun is disrespectful. Like, nah, but there was this knockout that happened recently in the UFC. Michael Chandler, he's in the lightweight division, Habib's division. And Michael Chandler is actually, no, he is your height. Because you're like 5'7", right? Yep. Yeah, he's either 5'7" or 5'6". He's not tall. No. He is not tall. But he front kicked this dude in the face who is like 5'11". So I was like, people on the internet was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, position. Yo. I was like, position. I'm like, that's not supposed to happen. Like, his legs ain't even that long.
This is why, I'm not going for it. I'm very biased. Besides my man Israel Adesanya, he's cool. Yeah. But I'm always biased to shorter fighters because I'm short and there's solidarity there. So if you're a short dude, I'm on your side. Oh man, and trust me, I'm on your side, man. If you short like me, because
man,
we I'm saying, man, we low center of gravity.
Look, man, it works.
LCG, Team LCG. Oh. So a girl be like, "You sure?" Like, nah, girl, it's got low center of gravity. That's all.
Oh, here it is. Check this out. Here it is. Wait for it.
Ooh,
sleep.
I like how he controlled that.
Yep.
Yeah. Any man who can do a standing backflip, I'm thinking twice before I fight you. How old is he?
Michael Chandler, 30-something.
Doing backflips like that?
Yeah. Look, he's a freak, man. That dude is a physical specimen. It doesn't make any sense.
You know who else is you ever seen Crazy Horse fight?
I don't think so.
Crazy Horse is, I don't know much about him. But he's like, appreciate that, yeah. He's a fighter. He's a black dude from Miami, Florida. He's a criminal. He's a straight up criminal, but
he's a criminal.
He is one of the most athletic human beings I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Crazy Horse is he fought. I seen him knock out a couple dudes. He's super dope. He never made it like super big, I don't think, but Crazy Horse is extremely like talented on the mat, bro. Oh yeah. And he's a criminal and he's black, so I mess.
He's a criminal and he's black.
Yeah. My man was in prison most of the time.
Osiris is not an advocate for crime.
Oh nah, unless he pays.
Mm-hmm. You want to throw some of this stuff away and we're going to keep on moving? Oh, man. I don't know how this is supposed to go. Oh, there it is. I don't think this is supposed to fit, but I'm going to push it in. All right, that worked. I'm gonna get me some AHA.
If I drove, I would have stole all these napkins. I'm a taker of napkins.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't drive, so I know where to put them. So
let me see, get that sparkling wash hair. Then, oh, dang, that shit filled up fast. All right, let's rock. You get some more?
And I'm done, son.
Come on. Yeah, man, but yeah, no, fight stuff, you can just get so lost in the lore so quickly. It's like video games, which is why, like, I wish I could do both sometimes, and I can't.
Oh, it's raining. Damn, I can't cut the grass today.
God damn.
Every time I gotta cut the grass, it rains.
It rains. Look, Slim, that's life. That's life.
That is literally a metaphor. I couldn't have got my shots today either on the camera. Nah, man. See,
yeah, not with the rain.
Yeah, things worked out.
Yeah. I say, go ahead and I say you can
I was about to say, why did the police officer just stop? I didn't see the car backing out. I was like, all right, y'all.
What we doing today?
Yeah, I know what
it's College Park.
I don't know what I did, but you whistling at white women, boy.
Yeah, sure. My bad, Mr. Officer. Get out of here.
I will say, I have a lot of cool police officer friends. I got a lot of cool.
Try to expose the mic again.
Oh,
yeah. I know you did that because of the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, you good.
Yeah, I got a lot of cool police officer friends. And they kind of love the jokes, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I got some. You know what's funny? Got some firefighter friends. And did you know? I'm not gonna say who told me this. You know, firefighter certain I don't know what they're called. I don't know if they're called officers.
Division, sex, or something like that.
Yeah, certain ones are beef with other counties.
What?
Yeah, bro. I'm not going to tell y'all where I got this source.
Like it's a fraternity. Like,
I'm going to drop some knowledge on y'all on this podcast, bro. You can share this. A firefighter told me that if it's a PG, if it's like a fire, like on the line, PG and DC.
Yeah.
And PG tries to get there, or DC tries to get there, it's usually something that happens to where they're usually fighting about who puts out the fire before they even go put it out. And they're outside of the fire while it's burning. And a couple times fist fights broke out.
Oh my God.
Like, yo, bro, like they firefighters legitimately be like beefing as far as like turf and as far as territory.
You're supposed to be helping the people. Why y'all fighting?
I didn't know this. I really didn't. My dad was a firefighter. I never knew the secrets besides he experienced a lot of racism in Bethesda.
What's the best way to get back?
Oh, this way. Right,
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's a wild world. There's a lot of jobs and a lot of things that people do out here, and you don't know what goes on behind the scenes unless it's like entertainment, because that shit is everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, jobs like lawyers, doctors, firefighters, even maybe construction workers, like it's probably some wild shit that happens that you don't even know about.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Dude, like, and here's my whole thing. Cause I know some jack firefighters. So I'm like, are y'all just out here rumbling? And like, this is how it is. Cause like, when I say jacked, I mean, these motherfuckers are in shape. So I'm like, y'all can't be swinging like this. Is this what y'all live for?
Shit, I thought all that strength was for putting out fires and shit.
Hey, here you are putting out the motherfucking lights. Just so you can go put out some fire.
Firefighters, keyword, fighter.
Like, bro, please relax. Please.
They should put out like a video game like called Police versus Firefighters. And then like, of course, then you have like, of course, the hospital trying to calm everything. This is my creative brain at work. I'm just saying, I will put out a video game called 5-0 versus Firefighters or something like that. Even though most black communities might pick the firefighters because they just don't like police. Oh, also, as we drive through College Park, you'll know, I don't know if you've noticed, there's been a lot of wreck the system signs up. If you look at the this telephone pole right here.
What?
Yes, Lady J went around and she put up some wreck the system posters around here. So you'll see
I would not put it past her.
You'll see a lot of wreck posters. Shout out to Lady J.
Shout out to Lady J. Little lady. Nah, every time I see her, I just be too damn funny. But I'm like, look at you. And she's just like, what?
Jay is like an adorable squirrel.
It makes no sense. She is the most adorable little hard motherfucker I've ever met. Like,
Yeah, man, because she will punch you in the face.
yeah, well, I mean, that's how I met her.
That's how you met her, yeah.
like, Jesus Christ. Oh, no, matter of fact, I'll save that for when she's on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely telling that fucking story.
Yeah, man.
Like, get the hell out of here. Well, Well, yeah, man. Shoot. Oh, let's get back to a little bit of business. Studio doing well. You guys just renovated.
Yeah.
And
renovations went well. We were adding an upstairs element to the studio. We were typically just downstairs in the bottom level of the house because we have a residential property that we're using as a commercial space. And it was doing pretty well, but you can still hear things upstairs. People were still living there. And we were like, we really want to double the amount of clients that can book because it was so booked up. We had to only take one at a time. So we started, we basically completely took the ceiling out. We put soundproofing material in between the floorboards upstairs and the ceiling downstairs. Yeah. We built another soundproof wall before you get to the steps with a door. You're going to make a right at the light over here. And we pretty much, we put a wall there with the door. When you go upstairs, you're going to see like foam. There's foam all over the floor. There's vinyl underneath the foam. We painted the wall. So we did a lot of good work at the studio. A lot of good work. So I'm looking forward to see what upstairs sounds like. 'Cause downstairs is immaculate as always, but we have never recorded. Oh, sorry. Next one. Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, man, we've never next one. Yeah. But yeah, man, we studio is something that's very important to me. It's definitely something I don't want to ever not be like have my hands into.
Black-owned business.
Yeah, man, black-owned business. Even if I'm not in the studio all the time, I would like to have play a part in the studio development, the ownership, working with engineers or even like producing for clients. The studio is a place that is a creative spot. And hopefully we can expand it into video studios because we did some of the movie in one of the rooms there. We set up the room really nice.
Really nice, actually.
Yeah, it's we can make that junk like a set if you have the right background and material or green screen. It could be utilized as such,
100%. Like, especially how we got the lighting in the room and everything. I had to hold the lights up a certain... Man, I feel like after you put the film out, we should have like a thing where we like a podcast where we have like everyone in and we just talk about like what went on during, like what we had to do and all that stuff, man. It is a process, man, and it's so much fun. So much fun.
That's one of my dreams, man, having those documentaries of like how we made this creative project, because that's what I watch. I watch the films that made us. I studied it before we did our movie. And the one thing I noticed is they all have amazing stories about the mishaps, things that went wrong, things that went right, the struggles. I think it was either Forrest Gump or maybe it was Jurassic Park. It was one of the movies, or maybe Ghostbusters. I can't remember which one. They had finished the movie the day of. It was like the last hour when they had to turn it in, bro. They had just wrapped up the shot, packed them old ass reels, back in the day, packed up the old ass reels in the suitcase, ran it up, rushed it to the studio, and here you go. Here's the movie. Like last fucking minute, bro. So but I love hearing those stories, man. Ghostbusters was probably my favorite. So watch out for Mac Miller over here.
Oh my God.
Actually, no, he's not. Now he don't dress cool enough to be Mac Miller.
That's just a Jeff.
That's just a Jeff. Actually, I was thinking Chris McCullen.
Oh.
Funny. I grew up with a white boy named Jeff. Jeff was one of the most country white boys I met, but he grew up in Clinton, Maryland. Yeah. Around a bunch of black people. One of the coolest white boys I ever met in my life. And I was like, location makes a difference. Because if you met him randomly, you maybe assume this guy may be from the backwoods and may not like blacks. But man, Jeff was my man. Shout out to White Jeff. I love you, White Jeff.
White Jeff.
Shout out to White Jeff from Clinton, Maryland. Man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. We could begin to wrap it up a little bit, I guess. Cool. But like, what do you? Nah, fuck it. Just jump into it. What do you have coming up? Anything else you want to talk about? Any other people you want to shout out? The floor is yours, brother.
Yeah. I want to shout out my girlfriend Katie. Shout out to Katie. Yeah, I want to shout out Katie because people know I'm usually kind of private when it comes to relationship stuff, but I've been learning to collaborate my creative side and my personal side, and I just want to shout her out. She's dope as hell. She's also very supportive, and also the wardrobe that I'm wearing in the movie, like the hoodie and stuff, like she bought it for me, and I was like, yo, this is perfect for the movie as a shonen protagonist. And she was like, a shonen what? But she bought it for me, and I was like, I'm using this for the movie, so shout out to her. I want to shout out, of course, you actually. Shout you out, man, because this man has put in a lot of work with me on this film as far as effort, letting me like hold equipment, you know what I'm saying, telling me the special effects, helping me with fight scenes, coming out, you know, when you can come out to like help me shoot and stuff. So shout out to you, bro, especially with the gas prices where they are. So shout out to you. And shout out to everybody that had any input in any of the creative things I've done. Go Hard, Mike Lee, Wreck the System, Lady J, Cam 3, Clifford Cartel. You already know. Love all of y'all. But as far as my new projects, speaking of the devil, she is calling me. That's weird. But new projects I have coming out. I have a solo album dropping. I don't know when. Supposed to drop soon, but I'm making this movie. I have a Wreck the System project dropping. I have an EP with Mike Lee, Go Hard, Mike Lee dropping soon. I got like a bunch of projects coming out, but my solo project and then my solo mixtape and then producing Cam's project, I want to produce his project. Those are the things I'm really kind of focused on as far as art in the future. Mm-hmm. I do want to get into making a show, a web series where we shoot shorter, more randomized skits instead of shooting whole films. Yeah. And that's one, I don't know if I want to call it randomosity or something, but what I tell people is I want it to be a mix between like Robot Chicken, DBZ Abridged, Community. I want it to be really weird but funny. Yeah. I really want the dialogue and the randomness and the weirdness of it to really be the cornerstone of the creativity. So, you gonna stay straight?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, man. So that's what I got. That's what I'm working on creatively, and that's what I got dropping.
Hey, awesome stuff, man. Real quick, just want to say, what is it? July 30th is BitGen. BitGen. Yeah. If I got the date wrong, yeah. I'm gonna put it in the chat or whatever the heck I decided to put this out on. But BitGen will be in Baltimore, Maryland, at the Auto Bar. This will be my second year performing there. You guys have performed there how many times?
Man, I want to say maybe 3 to 4 times.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I think we've done, actually maybe more, because sometimes we performed there when it wasn't BitGen. People were just touring. We may have done the Auto Bar maybe 6 or 7 times.
Yeah. Because I've been in the Auto Bar, I think it would be my 3rd or 4th, with this one coming up. Yeah. But yeah, BitGen in general, look, it's going to be a wonderful event. It's MagFest adjacent. Yep. Or actually, it's a Mag event now, essentially. So, yeah, that'll be good. This will be the second time we're on that stage together as far as, the same event. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it'll be a good time so anyone who is in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia, make your way out. It's going to be a wonderful party. Wreck the System is going to be on. Yep. I'm going to be on. Yep. Then we got other people as well. Watch out for Snakes. I actually just saw Matt a few days ago at Metro Gallery in Baltimore. He'll be in town as well. It's going to be a wonderful thing. Look, Osiris, thank you so much for being on this podcast with me, man. I wish nothing but the best for you. I will support you in any way, shape, or form I can. You are one of my favorite creatives on this planet Earth. Yay. So, hell yeah, man. Thank you guys again for listening, and till next time, I'm your host, Tovaun Anthony. Peace. They can't see my hands. I'm doing the peace sign. I wish they could. I'm going to keep that in. Yeah. Family, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the O on God podcast. Big shout out to Osiris Green. Make sure to follow him on all social media. And if you're in the DMV area, visit Wreck the System Studios for all your recording needs. I'm Tovaun Anthony. Till next time, health, safety, peace, and blessings.